Subscribe to our channel and press the bell icon to never miss an update.
Preparing for GK is the real deal when it comes to preparing for TISSNET because it has the maximum marks, like I said.
TISSNET exam is slightly different if you're an aspirant for an MBA exam already. TISSNET exam is slightly different from a normal CAT exam or any other exam you're going to go for. So a very good idea would be to go through the previous year questions, get an idea of where do you stand.
When it comes to preparing for general knowledge, I just kind of tried to find different sources and what they're trying to say. Just read up as much as you can. That's what essentially helps. Have a timetable, have a notebook where you can just kind of note down events that you think are important according to you.
As she said, it's very simple, it's not very complicated. There are 3 sections. GK is the deal clincher. In GK, what I would say is that just be aware of what all happened in the past 1 year, 1.5 year, the events that have happened, and map their history. So for example, if Me Too has happened this year, it would be a very good idea to know about a little bit about the past of Me Too, women's movement in India, any rulings, because they are likely to come.
Different books and different sources have different ways of presenting information, and sticking yourself just to one book is also not quite what I would suggest. You can have newspapers, you can have books, you have a lot of information even on internet, you have GK portals, etc. A lot of people prefer going in for mock tests, like paid mock tests, etc. But I did not really do any of that. TISS in itself, a few weeks before TISSNET, they launch a mock test on the official website. So watch out for that because that's something that I definitely waited for.
There are several aptitude books which are available in the market. Pick anyone. I wouldn't want to endorse anyone because we're like 60 people in our class and there are 60 different strategies and yet we're all in the same class. So there are very good books on aptitude. Buy anyone, solve the basic level questions. I think that should suffice for maths. I think it's more of a game of practice than anything else.
It's very important to bring in the concept of marginality and look at it one at a time, one topic at a time, one day at a time. The heaviest part of your preparation should happen in November if you're starting out. If you're starting out before that, that is amazing. Try to start maximum by November so that you can prepare throughout November, December. And what I would suggest is that the moment December is ending, you should be ready with the PowerPoints. It's at least for GK. Maths you need to keep on practicing on a daily basis till TISSNET day.
My preparation was very haphazard, not haphazard, just more wild and not so well cultivated. To make a structure like that would be sort of give me a headache, to be honest. So I did not prepare a timetable. I have a belief that you will never be satisfied that I've done everything. So I would just read. I had this schedule that I should read the newspapers regularly. I read more than one newspaper and I would practice my sums. So I just 2-3 days before the exam, I just leave it all and I just focus that okay, I have an exam, prepare myself mentally and that's it.
Unlike Abhishek's confidence for math, I've always been very scared of maths even during my school years. If you remain stuck at the concepts you're not very good at, you lose out on the chance of strengthening the concepts you are good at. So that's what I did. Start with the easy ones, the ones that you're good at, and then as time goes by, prepare the ones you think you might face difficulty with.
One thing that I've learned here explicitly after joining this course is you should know your strengths. Don't focus so much on your weakness. And that is what you should do in the TISSNET exam as well. You play to your strengths. If you start with the section you're not, at least in my case, my strategy was that if I start with the section I'm not good with, it pulls me down and then I'll do poorly even in other sections that I could have done well in. There's no negative marking in TISSNET, so you can be a little adventurous, maybe even reckless, but it's a good comforting factor.
Definitely I was nervous, and but the good thing was that half of my class was applying for TISSNET. It's very crucial to keep a cool head. I understand there will be nervousness and it's going to be very hypocritical of me to say that don't be nervous. You will be nervous, it's pretty obvious, but at the same time TISSNET is for 100 minutes and you have 100 questions. And you think that you have time, but when you're actually solving the questions and you're thinking for each question, especially in English, you don't know where the time runs out. So it's very important to be ready and prepare yourself.
Be nervous, but don't give it too much importance. What really helps is not so much the preparation for exam on the last day, but preparation for reaching the spot. I remember I was rushing through and you get very nervous and anxious and you don't want that kind of mental torture right before an important exam. So reach early, have a timetable, okay, this is when I leave, this is when I reach there. Read a question, see if I get it in 30 seconds, 40 seconds, do not move on to the next one. Your strategy should be that I've seen every single question in the paper and then I go back to the ones that I have not.
Be sure about what you're studying. Don't doubt your preparation strategy. Just because someone's preparing in a certain way doesn't mean you need to as well. Be confident about your preparation. Be confident in yourself.
Be sincere. Don't be very serious about it. And whatever will happen, happen for the good. So don't worry.